What's up, strongest men, women, and children from blocks all around the world? I am my block's strongest man, and today we want to continue our discussion of the Mammoth Strength Challenge V Pro-Am, where we spotlight Josh Hatfield. Ciao, homie. Welcome to My Block's Strongest Man, where we bring attention to the world of strongman and show you how you can mimic those activities using everyday objects all around your own property. If you haven't done so yet, consider subscribing and remember to hit that bell button for all notifications so you'll know whenever I provide all the valuable content every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. So without further ado, on to today's topic. So, before we check into the prep that Josh Hatfield, a pro in the pro class, is doing for the Mammoth Strength Challenge V, let's take a look at what those events were one more time. So we'll switch back over to my trusty spreadsheet where we see an overview. We have the overhead medley for 60 seconds, which includes a log press, 1 rep max, 350 pounds, 1 rep axle for 350, 1 rep Mauser block for 300 pounds, and then a Viking press at 400 pounds AMRAP, meaning as many reps as possible in the remaining 60 seconds. We then move over to a deadlift medley for 60 seconds, straps allowed, traditional 9-inch deadlift for 800 pounds 1 rep, 18-inch axle deadlift for 900 pounds 1 rep, and then a car deadlift for as many reps as possible in the remainder of the 60 seconds. Farmers and frame medley is next, so now you go out with 375-pound farmers per hand, 50 feet, back with an 800-pound frame, and that again is a 60-second time limit. And then we go into the stone carry medley. So this is every kind of stone you can think of. There's a natural stone for 350, a 335-pound Atlas stone, a 350-pound Mauser block, and a 400-pound Husafeld stone. And of course, the festivities end up with an arm-over-arm truck pull of an 18,000-pound truck on dirt. So now that we know the events, let's go back and see what Josh Hatfield has been doing to prep. But before that, I have to remind you how to watch this incredible event. Go over to Garage Gym Life Media's YouTube page, as you can see right here, subscribe to their YouTube channel, and then look through their videos where you'll see this particular video here. It tells you right there, live in 12 days, they are doing a free live stream. Yes, free live stream, January 23rd. Set your reminder as I have, and you'll be reminded as soon as it starts. Simple as that. I put the link in the description below in case you forget it, and we'll make it real easy. So on to the festivities. Josh Hatfield is called Gorilla Guy 20 on Instagram. What a fitting name. So what kind of prep is he doing? Well, let's see. He's actually posted this deadlift since I began my prep for this video, so I haven't even seen it yet. Let's see what he's deadlifting here. So he's doing an 805 for a couple singles and a triple at 810. So he says 18 inches. That doesn't... Is he on a platform or something? That looks a lot lower than 18 inches. But anyway, looking very strong with his deadlift. He is at the 800-pound requirement on what will be done at the contest. So let's kind of flip over. Here's his 18-inch. Okay, so there's the blocks. And so he's doing 810 from an 18-inch. Again, the contest is going to be 900, so we'll see what happens there. Farmers, so again, he's doing some really contest-specific work. Let's see if he gives some weights. 382 farmers / 815, meaning I guess he's going to pick up a frame on the way back. And let's see, yep, he's walking over to the 815 frame. So he is right there with the weight requirements at the Mammoth Strength Pro. He's actually a little bit over on both the farmers and the frame. I wouldn't say he's blazing fast on the farmers, but weight-wise, he's able to carry it. He's looking really strong. So as we scroll through a bit more, now we're at 3 weeks ago. He's doing a hex deadlift with a trap bar, sandbags to shoulder with a 340-pound bag, more deadlifting. So it seems like he's focusing a lot on deadlifting. I'm struggling here to find some overhead pressing stuff until, of course, this post where we find the Mauser block lift. So he seems to be lifting exactly the steel Mauser block with the feet on it that he's going to encounter at the contest. Some of the other guys are using, looks like, concrete blocks. And this is a 305-pound block, so pretty heavy. And then he talks about some axle cleans after that. And then if we scroll through some more, let's see what other evidence we have. Here's some more farmers. So this is the one that I really wanted you to see because I thought it was the most impressive. So this is 7 weeks ago now. And I won't go back any further than that because we want to talk about kind of how he's doing now. And that is 422 pounds per hand. And if you look at that again, I mean, that's some good speed. 422s are a lot per hand for farmers. That's like a lot for the best of anybody in the world. And that's some good speed right there. I don't know what the distance is that he's walking with them, but that's quite a lot. And then he says he tried out 452 and 472. So if we scroll to those, this would be 452, which again is like an ungodly amount of weight per hand. And he's able to stand with it. He doesn't do any walking, but he's able to stand with it. And then he tries 472, which I think he fails on. So let's see. And you can't blame him. Like, that's a crazy, crazy amount of weight per hand for farmers. And let's see what happens here. So he does budge him off the ground, though. He does budge him off the ground. And amazing, amazing amount of weight. I can't get that one of those off the ground with two hands. Like, that's crazy. So that's what Josh Hatfield's doing in terms of training. So how does that translate over to what the other guys are doing? Well, again, I have the two remaining competitors redacted who I have not covered yet, but I've uncovered everybody else little by little to kind of give you that surprise as we go along to see how he compares with Gabriel Pena, Trey Mitchell, Bobby Thompson, Marcus Crowder, and Wesley Claiborne. So in terms of overhead medleys, I haven't seen him do any. Haven't seen him do any log, which is hard. It makes it hard to kind of come up with a final tally. But I did see him do a 315 axle press for 3 reps. Now, he's going to have to do 350 at the contest, but for 1 rep. So I'm going to say he can do it, but I would place him 6th out of 8 there, not kind of the top overhead pressers of the lot. He did that 305 Mauser block for 1 rep, which is enough for what the contest requires at 300. And I think he's going to be the best Mauser lifter from anybody I've seen. Again, this is a medley. There's 4 parts to it. I haven't seen him do a Viking press either. So I'm guessing he's, near the bottom based on what I saw of Axel. So taking all that evidence into consideration, he kind of averages out to 5th place, 5.3. And we'll see, again, I've talked about how I do this math and how it translates over into the placings, but we'll see that once we get there. Moving over to the deadlift medley. I had not seen him do a 9-inch until today. So he's kind of at around what Trey is doing, but Trey did 3 reps, and Josh is doing kind of 1 rep. So I'm going to leave him where I had him at 7th place. I didn't see him do an axle deadlift until today as well. And again, that was 810 pounds. So not the 900 that's required. So I'm going to leave him again toward the bottom. And I think that was 805. And then car pulls, nobody's doing. I haven't seen anybody deadlifting cars, SUVs, or any of the lot. So I have to kind of take the evidence that I have from the other deadlift portions. And so I'm going to say he averages out to 7th place, kind of near the bottom in the deadlift from what I'm seeing. And that's just because guys like Gabriel Pena are monsters on the deadlift. And, it's no shame to say you're toward the bottom of an incredible, incredible group of world-class athletes. Right, so on farmers, though, I think he's first. I think he's 422 on farmers is better than anybody else that I've seen doing prep for this contest. He's the best in farmers and the best in frame. I have him at 1st place. Bobby Thompson was right around there, too, kind of 1 pound more for 58 feet. But I thought Josh was a little faster. So one of those 2 guys is going to win the farmers frame. I'm going to say Josh Hatfield will. Now, in terms of Carrie Medley, I didn't see him do any stone work, whether it be natural, Atlas, Mauser block, Carrie, or Husafeld stone. So I have to keep him toward the bottom of the list. And that places him kind of in 7th. And then arm over arm truck pull, though, is where he shines. In addition to, of course, the farmer frame. But Josh Hatfield very recently won an arm over arm truck pull in an official contest. So I have to say, without evidence of anybody else except Trey Mitchell doing arm over arm pulls, Josh Hatfield's going to win the truck pull. So that puts him in 1st there. So kind of winning the frame and winning the truck pull does a lot of great things for Josh Hatfield, despite the fact that his deadlift is a little below some of the other guys, and his stone carries kind of are non-existent at the moment. So if we move over to my predictions, I have him placed in 4th, tied with Gabriel Pena. I have him tied at 4th. And if I see any new kind of evidence or prep going on in the days coming up to the event, I might change my mind here. But so far, I think they're going to tie at 23 points, of course, with a different mixture in the event. So I think, for example, as I said, Gabe Pena is going to get 2 points in the overhead medley, which is 7th place. Josh Hatfield's going to get 3 points, which is 6th place. I think Gabe Pena gets 8 points in the deadlift medley, which is 1st place. And Josh Hatfield kind of struggles there with only 2 points at 7th place. Then in Farmer's Frame, Josh kind of turns it around, and I think he wins Farmer's Frame for 8 points, while Gabriel Pena only gets 4 points there for 5th place. And then Carrie Medley, I have them really close to each other. 3 points for Gabe, 2 for Josh. And then Josh Hatfield kind of edging out Gabriel Pena on the arm-over-arm truck pull, winning that event as well. So if you were to compare the two guys that I have tying for overall 4th place, Gabriel Pena does it, interestingly enough, by winning one event, and Josh Hatfield does it by winning 2 events. So there's something to be said for winning events, and there's something to be said for consistency across the board. You can get to the same result with different formulas. So that's where I have Josh Hatfield tied for 4th with Gabriel Pena, unless any new prep that pops up in the coming days changes my mind. Thanks again for joining me on my blog, Strongest Man, and of course, until next time, as always, ciao, homie. So if you like this video and want to learn more about any of the products I described during this video, make sure to check out the links in the description below. So if you like this video and haven't done so yet, please consider subscribing using that button right there. And also stay tuned for some other videos that you might love blooping up right there. This one is the one that YouTube thinks that you will like the best, and this one is the one that I think you will like the best. As always, share this with everyone, and until next time, ciao, homie.